Okay, she plays on the slide. Very good. All right, so Frank, please finish this right here. What do you say?
Justin, Justin, Justin.
You can buy soap at the restaurant?
Justin, 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 Justin.
That's okay, that's good. So you buy muffins at the bakery. All right, very, very good. So this is your homework to do, okay, Frank?
Justin, please, Justin. Justin, please, Justin.
All right, so let's look here, and we are all done, Frank.
See you later, guys. Goodbye. Have a good week, guys. Okay? Bye. 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 Jess, you ready?
I'm ready.
Go, 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 go! That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It's really good.
All right. We're going to Ipoh in the Cameron Highlands. Good morning!
Good morning.
We are in Ipoh. We got in last night about 1:30. We got the bus up here from Kuala Lumpur. It took about 3 hours. For those of you that don't know anything about Ipoh, it used to be the centre of the tin industry here in Malaysia. For the last 20 or 30 years it's kind of been on a downslide, but it's had a bit of a resurgence in the last few years, being a centre for foodies to come and munch down on a lot of Malaysian food.
And it's famous for their white coffee.
And their white coffee.
We
yes.
love the coffee.
So it's a big thing here that we'll explain a little bit more about later, and that's actually what we're going to do first. So we're going to be here for 2 days, and then we're going to go up to the Cameron Highlands. So, see you back. So it is actually Merdeka Day, which is Malaysia's Independence Day. So everyone actually has the day off, which is funny for us because we've been getting used to not ever being anywhere touristy and having lots of people there. So you can already tell it's going to be a little bit busier than what we're used to. So I'm kind of tripping out a little bit. It's funny being with loads of people again, but yeah, but tomorrow should be pretty relaxed and stuff, and today we're just going to be doing some exploring, so
Fingers crossed the rest of the week is okay.
yes, especially the Cameron Highlands are supposed to be crazy on these days, so we're definitely glad that we did it in this order. So here we go. A lot of these little townhouses that you see through here, see this is a very grand one here, but the ones next to it, the red one, this little white one here, these are really synonymous with Malaysia, and a lot of the towns are in here that were, you know, if you go to Malacca, if you go to Penang, obviously in Ipoh here, and even in some parts of Kuala Lumpur, you'll see them all over the place. So they're really, really cute, and a lot of them have been repurposed now, and they've kind of marked the resurgence in a lot of these towns from being just, you know, old market towns or old fishing towns or port towns, in this case a tin mining town, and they're getting turned pretty regularly into kind of hipster cafes and all these kind of things. If you go to Malacca and Penang, there's an insane amount of cafes and stuff that you can go to that have nothing really to do with Malaysia for the most part, but they're really, really nice, and it marks a nice repurposing for them. So, and a lot of them are protected buildings too, like the one in Penang is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we just got here and it's looking like it's closed, which isn't good. So it looks like that one was closed. Whether it's closed completely or it's just for today, I do not know. Hopefully it's just for today, because this is meant to be really good, so that would suck if they were closed. But we've come across the road to Namgyong, which they talk about as being the one that was inspired, or the Old Town White Coffee brand came from. So you can see the line, very busy. So we're waiting for a little bit, see if we can get some breakfast, get a white coffee and some kaya toast hopefully. So alright, so we're just out from breakfast. We didn't record too much on there because it was quite loud, but you can see the place right across the road there. Boom. Kedai Makanan Namgyong. It's one of the two big ones here, straight across the road. The two competitors actually, literally here and here. The big thing here is the white coffee. That's one of the biggest things that you see, and we'll probably have it a few more times when we're here because it's bloody wonderful. It's very unique and it's stemmed from Ipoh. The difference is that the coffee beans that they use, they're roasted in palm oil margarine. So it gives it a kind of funny sweet taste, but it's kind of earthy at the same time. It's really, really lovely. And then they serve it with condensed milk like a lot of countries in Southeast Asia do. So it's very sweet, but it's still very, very strong and lovely. Yeah, it comes second to the Vietnamese coffee for me. Yeah. It still is for me. The Vietnamese coffee does definitely just comes over the top for me, I think, as well. But a white coffee is bloody good. It is bloody good. Absolutely beautiful. But this place is really, really great. Like, you go in and there's about 10 or 11 stalls in there, and they all sell different things from dim sum. Dim sum's a big thing here. They have a papaya stall in there that I'm going to go back and get some in a second. We had some curry mee or curry noodles for breakfast. That's what we had. You can get soup noodles or dry noodles. So Stephen got the dry, got the soup, and you can just kind of go around and see what you like. And then we made a couple of friends that are from KL up here for the weekend, and they just casually bought us some, it was pork skin with rice noodles. Not my favorite, but it was still very, very good though at the same time. Wonderful. But again, it's just so bloody cheap. We got our white coffees in the waters for 5 ringgit. 5 ringgit, which is about $1.25. Yep. For 2 coffees and a water. Yep. And our 2 curry noodles, which was the most expensive one in there, and it was 12 ringgit. Which is about $3. $3 for 2 plates of curry noodles. Like big plates, massive plates. So you can put on pounds. So much weight. So I have a feeling that these 2 days are pretty much going to be us stopping in these kind of places and just chowing down because we can do it for a coffee. Yeah. We're going to need to walk everywhere. So burn it off. Come over here and eat. Bah! Going to get the papaya. Chucky challenge. We're going to get that papaya. So interesting. Okay. What you got? So it looks like poop. So this is papaya. Papaya is something they have all over Malaysia, and I think they have it up into Thailand and some parts of southern China too. It's basically a non-fried spring roll, basically, with a thinner paper surround on it, and different places put different things into it. My favorite one that I've ever had so far was in Malacca, where they fried it with the insides of it had pork lard in it, and the taste was it was amazing. I went by like 3 times. This one, we just casually saw it there, but it's a seaweed one. So instead of using the usual paper, they've used seaweed. I have no clue what they've got in it. I didn't ask her. So. Moment of truth. Oh my god, it's so good. Is it good? Holy shit. Whoa. It looks like poop, but it doesn't taste like it. Alright you guys, we just finished our breakfast and we are so full. So we have to walk a lot, and we are here at the old Ipoh railway station, and this is the first stop on our heritage tour. So we are going to do this self-service tour, I guess, self-guided tour around a lot of the colonial heritage buildings in Ipoh and just check them out. So we're gonna see all of that. Steven's gonna not talk about it all because he doesn't want to bore you, but he will show it all to you guys in a beautiful montage. Get started. So we've just come into Durbar's cafe and bar and restaurant in the middle of Ipoh. It's promoted as the oldest restaurant in Malaysia. I'm not sure whether or not it is or not, but it's promoted as that, and it was one of the first bars here that all the tin miners used to go to about 100 years ago. It moved location in 2023, but it's been the same place ever since. We came in here and it's absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The wee guy welcomed us in.
Do you think that he's probably the owner as well?
Yeah, we think so. And it's a family-run place for 3 generations, I think it said. So, he said he's the great uncle of whoever started it, or the great nephew of whoever started it. But he said 120 ringgit, all you can drink from Merdeka Day.
So they've challenged a Scotsman to drink as much as they can for the equivalent of like $30. Which is really, really good in Malaysia.
For the next 3 hours.
You can do it.
I think they think that they've had me over. They do not know. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
So our vlog yesterday was cut short, our little heritage tour was cut short because we found the bar that had the all you can drink. Naturally.
So Stephen accepted the challenge.
So naturally the heritage walk fell apart, it's okay. But we are back up again this morning and we just walked back down here to get another white coffee, and unfortunately both cafes are closed today. So they've taken the day off after
Merdeka
Day, so.
Which is unfortunate for us because we leave for the Cameron Highlands tomorrow. But we'll try to sneak by tomorrow morning before we get our bus, and hopefully they'll be up.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're gonna go find a cafe and go get some food, and then head to an abandoned castle, right?
Yep.
Scottish castle.
An abandoned Scottish castle and a cave temple.
Yeah. Adventures for the day. So I had a really bad headache this morning. While Stephen was pounding the beers, I was sitting there having them slowly, but still having no food, so that didn't help. But today we are in a Kopitiam, just like we were yesterday. We have a lot of different stalls around the Kopitiam, and Stephen and I I ordered some mee goreng today, and Stephen ordered some laksa.
Curry mee again.
Curry mee. So yeah, we're just getting a bite to eat and drinking our coffee, and hopefully this headache will go away.
That's in my coffee.
A lot of times the mee goreng comes with like prawns and chicken and things like that. But today I was able to get it without any meat, so that's brilliant. Stop!
But how a lot of these places function is that they're Kopitiams, so from what we can tell, the people that make the coffee are the ones that own the building or the premises itself. And then they just let out space to everyone. So you have all the little places around the side all selling different things. There's a mee goreng or fried noodles. There's a Cheong Chung fun place, which is like rice noodles and all that kind of stuff here. Jess obviously got our mee goreng there. There's some fruit off the back, egg tarts down here, curry mee. You can get anything you want really. It's probably bloody good. Jess liked mine so much.
I got jealous of it.
Then she got jealous. Our mee was really good, but
It was, but it wasn't like this level.
like
This is good.
I'm not over exaggerating when I tell you that if you serve that in a good restaurant, like a nice fancy restaurant, like some kind of fusion place, you'd be stoked with it. And that cost me $1.50. You could. It's one of the nice things about it. Sometimes you go to the cafes. The two that we were disappointed that we didn't go to this morning, they're the two most famous ones in the town.
And they have the best egg tarts.
And they have their egg tarts are excellent.
Very fresh.
And we were quite disappointed about it, but if we didn't, we would have ended up just coming to this random one because it's one of the few ones that's open, and no other people here to live here. And that's usually a really good telltale sign that the place is going to be decent. So, yeah, we wouldn't have found this bloody amazing curry mee otherwise. So, don't be scared to go into the random little place on the side of the street. It's always good. So we're all munched out now. We do have some pastries to fire into in this little bag right here. Jess is just ordering us a grab so that we can go to Sampotong Temple. So it's about 10 minutes outside of the city, so we're getting us a car out there. We're hoping that because of the quietness of everywhere else that it's going to be dead quiet.
That would be lovely.
But we're excited to go and show you this one because if pictures are anything to go by, it's going to be absolutely bloody stunning. The whole of Ipoh is surrounded by limestone karst hills, so Very similar to Yangshuo, where we were last year in China. They're not quite as big as those ones, but it is still surrounded by a lot of these temples that are built around them. Some of them are Taoist, some of them are Buddhist, some of them are Hindu. I think this one is a Buddhist one, I think.
Buddhist or Taoist, one of the two.
Yeah, so it wasn't Chinese stuff
Yeah.
on it. We'll clarify that when we get there. But they're all built inside the caves and into the caves. It looks absolutely gorgeous, so we're really excited to go check it out.
But our grab is here, so we'll see you guys there.
See you later. Alright, so we've just arrived. The setting is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It is dead quiet, there's no one here, kind of like we'd hoped. But we are slightly worried that you might not be able to get through to the actual cave and the temple itself. There is a security guard here doing temperature checks, so that's good. But gorgeous setting. You got the limestone cliffs that have just been overgrown with the jungle behind it. Beautiful little pond in here with the fishes in it. But there was a whole bunch of people outside and they're all begging, so it's a strange atmosphere. It's a bit eerie. Jess and I have been to a lot of Buddhist temples in the last year, so we have our favourites and we have our views on different ones, and we've been to a lot of them have been done up for tourism, which is always a wee bit sad, a little bit, just because I understand why. But we've been to one in Mongolia that wasn't that way, and it was the most kind of upfront version of Buddhism that we've seen, because it was all it was. There was no frills on it, and it was amazing.
Gimmicks. We were actually part of the ceremony, the ending of the ceremony that they were having, and prayers, and there was the boy monks, and they were being trained. So it was quite a cool experience.
It was, and then we come to this one here, and it's obviously a working one. There's plenty of stuff here that looks legitimate and everything. But then the outside you can see the little tourist bits, so it's very funny. But it's an amazing setting though,
It's
amazing
so
setting.
Absolutely.
So, but we found the tunnel, so we're gonna follow that tunnel. There's some really violent Buddhist pictures here. All the gods are doing, like, this guy's cutting his own head off. This one's been cut off. This guy's being sawed in half. This guy's carrying his head. This guy's being deep fried. So, like I said, we're at the Sampo Tong Temple. It's just outside Ipoh, about 5 kilometers. Absolutely stunning place, surrounded on all sides by the cliffs. We're in the middle of the limestone karst hills that surround Ipoh. It was founded about 100 years ago. When you get in here, you feel like it's a lot older. Same with places like the Batu Caves, which you assume are like 500, 600 year old, just because of the kind of grandeur of them. But like I said, it's only a century. It was founded by a Chinese Buddhist who lived in Ipoh, and he was wandering through the cliffs up here and found a small cave, which I'm assuming is the one through here that we walked to get to this part. He thought it was a good place to meditate and set up his home there, lived there for the rest of his life. And by the time he died, he had a small following of people that also liked the area. It became used more and more, and he turned it into a temple eventually that was finished in 1950. So you can see now what it is, and it's absolutely amazing, and it's so peaceful. And being here alone, just the two of us, it's absolutely brilliant to kind of just enjoy the serenity of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But stunning place, and we got our biscuits. Ipoh are famous for their biscuits as well. It's a foodie's dream, if you're being completely honest. There's so much food that you can buy in Ipoh. So we've got, is that the red bean one?
That's the red bean one.
It's a red bean
Red
pastry.
bean, egg tart.
Egg tarts, and then the kaya puffs.
And kaya puffs.
The kaya is the coconut-based spread that they use here all over Malaysia. I love it, and kaya toast, everything. Just getting stuck into the kaya puff. How is it? Is it good? It's massive. This capacity. Got in my beard. Thank you. That's love. That's love. This stuff's great.
So now we are off to a Scottish castle.
We are in Malaysia. What's that about? What's that about?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
How?
Alright, we are here at Kelly's Castle, and it looks just like Scotland. It's absolutely stunning. It doesn't feel like we're in Scotland because it's really hot. But this is built by a man named William Kelly. Right?
Smith. Yep, William Kelly Smith.
Yeah, okay. I have to ask Stephen because I'm not quite sure. But yeah, William Kelly Smith. He came over here in the 1890s, so around 1890, was actually employed as a civil engineer, and him and his company cut down a lot of land, and he decided to plant some rubber trees. So he planted some rubber trees, got into the tin industry, and then went home, married his high school sweetheart, and moved back here and built this beautiful castle. So we're gonna learn a little bit more about it, but can't wait to see it. It's beautiful.
So it's dead cool. You can look at it, and it definitely has the feel of a lot of the kind of big houses that you get in Scotland and England back, you know, and stuff back home. But he's done it with the design of some Scottish, some Indian, and some Moorish. So you can get the feel from the general structure. It definitely looks British. It looks like it would be fitting on a big estate in Scotland or England. But you can see in the windows all the kind of slightly Islamic looking shapes in the windows. The brickwork looks more Indian and stuff. So it's a really, really cool mixture of cultures that he's thrown into it. But as I said before, he was one of a lot of British people that were over here making a lot of money off the tin industry. And Ipoh used to, I think it's at 20% of all tin going to the world used to come through Ipoh up until the last 25-30 years. And there's been a giant shift in that, and the town struggled for a little while from what I'm aware. And it's having a bit of a resurgence in terms of tourism there. So, but this is just one of the remnants of that period, so it's interesting to see. But this one was never finished. It was never finished, and there's lots of things about it being haunted because the construction crew, there was Spanish flu that ripped through it in the early 1900s, killed a lot of the crew, and then he died before it was finished in Portugal. So yeah, interesting place already, and we're looking forward to getting inside. So we're on top of the castle now, or the house. Apparently there was a tennis court on the upper deck. This is the only place that we could see would be enough space for a tennis court. It's not wide enough for like regulation size one, so maybe it's a small one. Or maybe it just wasn't completed yet, I'm not sure. But this guy was exuberant as hell. You know, this thing was a statement piece and a half for him. It's pretty sick standing up here. That's also a wee reminder because you can see that, you know, that all of this used to be jungle. As far as you could see, it would have been jungle all the way around. But it's been plantations for palm oil, for rubber, for whatever. You can see more getting planted over here. So it's one of the issues that obviously they have, is making it sustainable because palm oil's and everything. But pretty insane to see, and a really, really cool story too. We weren't expecting the story that came along with it. But yeah, awesome. Definitely check Kelly's Castle. I'll add it to your itinerary if you are in Ipoh. Definitely worth a look. And honestly, if you want to take pictures, you probably could just walk in and take pictures and not pay that fee. So we probably just get hustled out of that.
Absolutely.
But live and you learn with that one. Hey.
Figured you were gonna come back here for a minute after.
That's fine, we'll go we'll probably stay out then, don't we? Most likely.
That's what I was saying, is that if you want to get like a little like snack thing, we should go get it right now because you're probably gonna sweat because it might not be inside.
Correct.
And then we'll come back to the hostel for a second, charge up our phones, get changed, and then go out.
This is the bit you don't see.
Where I tell them what is a smart thing to do.
Oh! It's looking like our plans have changed a little bit. We were intending to go to what is one of Malaysia's biggest theme parks actually, because they have natural hot springs. Yeah. So we're going to go and stay in the and go hang out in the geothermal pools. But it's looking like, along with most other things today, everything is bloody closed.
So remember, keep it in your mind. Merdeka Day and the day after Merdeka Day are not the best times to be in Ipoh. No. I'm just happy that we're getting these days past us before we go to the Cameron Highlands.
Yes.
Except for that.
So, in lieu of running over to the hot springs, we came so I can knock off another one of the culinary things to eat in Ipoh. Again, this place is bloody heaven if you just want to eat cheap, and just such a variation of brilliant things. But one of their signature dishes here is their taugate, or their bean spur chicken. And this is one of the best ones we come to. It's called Lu Wong. My hair's in the way. Dead simple. Chicken's quite salted, very, very salted, but it's really nice. Comes with a massive plate of bean sprouts, the rice, and then this kind of ginger sauce. All works together beautifully, beautifully. Well, that's been the most expensive thing that we've bought so far, and for all this it was about $5. So that was including a big bottle of water and a Milo. So wonderful. I could eat here all the time. All the time. We just bought half the bakery, so all the biscuits are so good.
For $4.
For $4, it's brilliant.
$4.
And that peanut candy, oh my god.
So good.
Change of plan. The place is actually open, so we're going to go to the hot springs. No clue what to expect with it. Part of us thinks it might be really, really tacky. So part of it thinks it might be really, really good, but it's a geothermal hot spring. Nothing bad about getting into hot water, so let's go.
Unless you're Stephen, who repels hot things.
But I understand that everyone else does like it. I'll spend an hour trying to get into the place. It's okay. Wear your mask. Kind of wish we went to the water park now. I love a good water ride. So we are through into the lost world of Tampon. There's the night park there. There's the night park over there. So we just got in. It's a water park, there's an amusement park, and there's a little miniature Ipoh.
It's an Ipoh street.
So if you don't have any time to do real Ipoh, but you still want to come to a water park, you can come here and
you get both.
And they've even got all the food out. They have dim sum. They've got some white coffee. It's probably 3 times as much as the real one, but it's funny.
It's okay.
It's cool. You feel like you're in the jungle though, like. So first impressions are actually it's really not very tacky at all. They've made it really nice, and despite having the dragon that heats up the water sitting on the entranceway, they've got a whole bunch of different things, and they have the scientific and healing properties of all the different minerals that are in the water. They have a
It's very homeopathic.
yeah. They've got a reflexology pool that you walk around with your feet in it. They have a steam room, a jacuzzi on top of the park. It's pretty cool. And they got all these lights on now in here. Yeah, it's not bad at all actually.
It's very hot. So you have to go in, like I was wondering why it was taking people so long to get in, and now I get it.
Oh, that's hot. Oh my god, this is hot. Oh, I know it's probably amazing for me, but oh my goodness, this is hot. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. This is hotter than any jacuzzi I've ever been in. Ah! I'm halfway in. Oh my god, it's so hot. It's so hot. Why is this fun? Look, there's a water slide over there. The water slide seems like so much better an idea. Oh, I'm in. It's so hot, guys. I don't do baths. I really don't do baths. A, because usually baths are too small for me. I'm large, I'm 6'3". And I sweat when it's cold outside. So the heat is rough for me. Now that I'm in, I know that's probably good for me, but oh my god.
Very hot, but it's very cool. Hello.
Hello.
Having fun?
So, giving a grade for exceeding expectations, the lost world of Tambun Hot Springs and Spa well exceeds. Well exceeds. They have this so easily could have been a really tacky, dirty place. Just because theme parks can be a lot of the time, you know. But they've taken their theme of the jungle and like a hidden jungle city thing, and they've kept the bare bones of that, but they've made it really classy. Honestly, it's lovely. The lights aren't gimmicky at all. They just give nice mood lighting. Music's dead relaxing, and you can tell that loads of locals, they pay a yearly fee of 90 ringgit to come here whenever they want, obviously. And it's a natural spring, so the water is wonderful. It's insanely hot over there once you get in, and we're going to head over in a minute to the reflexology path and the steam room. They have a natural steam room, or cave, I guess. So we'll head over there in a second. But
Definitely worth it.
definitely worth it.
Come to it.
It's like 15, 16 bucks or something like that, I think, which may seem steep compared to, yeah, 75 per person. So it may seem steep compared to everything else that you spent money on that day, but honestly, it's lovely. So go for it. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. I had to take a break on the reflexology walk Jess is hurting too, but you have to walk around 3 times. I never walked around in bare feet when I was younger. And I suck at the beach when there's rocks everywhere. So this is terrible. 3 times seems like an awful lot for this. Oh! Like
The stones get worse. So you start off, and they're quite
yeah, this part's
large.
okay. This part's okay.
You're okay. It's
Round and they're
uncomfortable,
flat.
but it's tolerable. And then whenever you get around to like the last fifth of it, the stones are small and they're on their side, so they just like attack you and you feel like you're about to fall. Oh my gosh.
Alright, so we are finished with Ipoh. Everyone told us like you only need 1 or 2 days in Ipoh.
I think we could quite happily spend the week here and
Yeah.
still feel good.
Yeah, like there's other stuff that we could have done, and the amount of food that you can just fanny about and eat here, like you could, just good.
We talk about food a lot, but it is a great place for
It
food.
is,
And Malaysian food is some of the best that we've found, so
Yeah. But yeah, first thing in the morning we'll be catching a bus to the Cameron Highlands.
I'm so excited. It's supposed to be like 15 degrees cooler.
That's a big thing for us, that's so good.
We'll see you guys in Cameron Highlands.
Come to Ipoh. As to quote their town slogan, Ipoh, wow! Good night guys, we're knocking out.
Good night.